have a very special guest, and we're almost gone through the month of September, the month of yoga, the month of healing, the month of mantras, and why not? What shall we talk about? A little bit about chi tonight. Well, before even that, I would love to introduce you to someone that I recently met, and I fell in love with her energy, the way she interacts, and the way she puts her energy out there. You're gonna be seeing her very soon. She says she's 63, but I don't believe in her. Tonight we'll be hosting Dr. Lee. She not only has been practicing many integrated medicine and also healing methods over 30 years, but she also holds a PhD in the philosophy of healing. So tonight, she's gonna have us practice Qigong, but she's also going to talk about the philosophy behind it, also how it's connected with yoga and breathing and many other things. One of the things that I love about her, that she also produced, actually, she's been the associate producer of a movie called Quantum Qi, and it's a documentary series. They're on the second one. They keep on producing at the moment. Also, she is partnering up with Sharon Rose from Colorado, United States. So from this moment on, I really would love to leave the stage to this beautiful energy. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Elise. Thank you. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
So, thank you for a lovely introduction. And perhaps we could just go straight away to discuss Qigong because I feel a lot of people are very interested in the flow of Qigong at the moment and how it can be integrated into yoga. And this is why Elise invited me to be on this platform. Now, for many years, I started with yoga when I was in my teens. So then it expanded at the same time to studying Qigong in the temples with my mother. And my auntie, who was in the 60s, was one of the first yoga practitioners who was featured in the newspaper. So the yoga practice runs in my bloodline as much as Qigong. So my great grandfather was the Chinese physician to the Sultan of Selangor in Malaysia. So it's in the bloodline, the DNA, and how that was uh, evolved and blossomed was in 1990 when I was practicing Tai Chi and Qigong in California, where I was living, and something happened there, a wonderful, magical mystery experience of a blossoming. We call it harvesting of the Qi. It was during a session of Yang style Tai Chi with my teacher, Sifu Fong Ha, when I saw these lines of energy just intersecting each other in very interesting, intricate shapes of sacred geometry, just beautiful, beautiful shapes of diamond light. And they got closer to me while I was practicing the Tai Chi. And as it got closer, I felt a vibration in my body coming from within. And that was like really powerful, coming up from my spine, from my feet, and I was starting to just vibrate. This practice actually is also known as Wai Gong, when it happens naturally. So as I was vibrating, I just looked up to the sky and these letters of light was coming through me and suddenly intersected into my body. And there was like a flush of light throughout my entire body. So this lattice of light, which is known as the meridians, started lighting up in my body and then expanding out. And I was floating in this beautiful space and cushion of light. And I was feeling both grounded at the same time as very expansive. So this was actually a kind of a blossoming, an enlightenment experience that we practitioners of yoga and qigong, whether we are conscious of it or not, we are just practicing. And honestly, I was just practicing for the sheer joy and for the sheer uh, comfort I felt after each practice. I felt really centered, felt really good, and had no sense of grasping or trying to achieve something. But this day, on this beautiful sunny day, something happened. So I really got to feel in my own soma, my body, the intelligence in my body, the reality of this practice, of this philosophy of ancient times, 2000, 3000 years of, the Vedas and the ancient scripts of the Chinese, that something actually truly exists in our bodies. And that is the lattice of light, the subtle energy bodies, the soul, and the chi. Of course, we know in the practice of the Vedas as prana, external and internal energy, and the sutratma, the Ida Pingala, which runs through the entire body, the central vessel, and also the nadis. So there are not too many differences in our human bodies. We are all one physical anatomy, our blessed chalice of light. And so that day, I felt that. And I felt in one breath as well, I had to come back into the present time from all these different dimensions I was traveling in. So I took a deep breath and brought it down into my center and into my feet and down to the center of the earth. The practice that is known as rooting, grounding, or earthing. So, right now, the term earthing is very popular because people are beginning to um, explore and understand these ancient practices that's being brought forth now into this present time. As is yoga, as we ground into the earth and find a place of ourselves as spiritual beings onto the planet. So, with these practices, we actually come to our embodiment of who we are as spirit beings and our selves in the other dimensions and bring forth the wisdom that we all have different kinds of gifts, our spiritual gifts that show up in different ways, whether we develop clairaudience in hearing, clairvoyance in seeing, clairsentience in feeling, and we offer these gifts into the world. And we practice this with this offering, especially in these times where there's a lot of chaos and polarities. We bring this wisdom into the center line. So, this is what we call the central vessel or the governing vessel up the back and the Sutratma in the Vedas. So, we want to bring that back metaphorically. But also, actually, we bring that energy back into the center line and we bring that down to the center of the earth, to ground, to earth at 7.83 hertz, which is known as the Schumann's resonance. And this is some of the scientific terms that we are starting to use to reflect the knowledge and the wisdom that was embodied already in the traditions, in the ancient wisdom. So, in our frequencies, in our bodies, we have different vibratory rates known as frequencies. So, the more that we can raise the frequencies in our mental body, our emotional body, the astral plane, and our physical body, the more expansive we can be, the more of life we can take in, the more prana, the more chi we can intake through the breath. We take in from the atmospheric chi, as well as from the primordial jing through our navel, right? This would probably be Manipura center. And as we have many of the similar centers in the both cultures, we have only one physical form. And it's just a matter of different names and labeling. So we want to take this energy up and also down and connect with the earth. So today, I am guided to do an earthing practice with you, a standing meditation, which you can bring to your practice of Tadasana, for example, or your Surya Namaskar. I also continue to practice as well. And then when you're lying down in Shavasana, you can also take this microcosmic orbit, and I call it the infinity orbit, because the Qigong that I'm teaching is based on the sacred symbology of the infinity. Okay, a little bit of explanation on that is
Wow. I just came in because even while you're speaking, it feels like you are structuring the universe. That is so beautiful how you put it into words, and your energy is coming to us. So we're looking forward to what you will share with the exercises. So I'm going to be totally off now and I'll be doing the exercise. I'm just turning muting myself off, but I couldn't help myself. I just wanted to share such a beautiful voice, tonality, and the energy that you have in that. Thank you already.
Thank you, Yeliz. Thank you for receiving. Indeed, Yeliz brought up a very important point, which is we are receivers and we are transmitters of divine energies, of our soul, and the soul that's connected to spirit. We call it Shen in Qigong. So we want to bring in the Shen into the physical form, and then we ground it into the earth, right? If you want to call Mother Gaia or just simply the earth. Qigong is a practice of the natural forces, and we recognize ourselves as nature, not just a part of nature, but we are nature itself. That's why we ascribe to the five elements. We have earth, water, fire, metal, and wood in ourselves. So we have in ourselves, we have, of course, the minerals, the metal in our bones, and in the crystalline qualities of our blood, even, and the skin, and of course, the wood in the hair and nails, and then the water in the blood and the lymph, synovial fluids in the interstitial fluids, as well as the cerebrospinal fluids, and of course, earth, right? So, and air as in breath. So we are going to combine all this five elements theory in our practice. So while we are doing this, please just be very natural. You might feel a little tingling, a little heat, warmth, and some of you might feel some contraction or pain in your system. That's just a stagnation of energy. You can disperse it. These are the terms we use. You can disperse by shaking a little bit, or you can give yourself a little massage. We'll do a little bit of that at the end. It's called Dao Yin, right? And again, this has been adapted by the Western world, and it's called tapping, and it comes from Daoyin in the practice of Qigong. So I will stand, and I will move the camera a little bit. So if you'd like to join me, we have a few minutes of this. And if you just practice for 10 minutes a day, preferably 20, when we do a class, and you're welcome to find out about the classes too, we actually go on for 2 hours. And it's absolutely magnificent how you feel after that. And many conditions are cleared after that just by the movement of the qi. As you know, Qigong has been also studied by scientific realms on how quickly they can that qigong can affect a shift in the cellular body, in the actual physicality, like back pain or knee pain. So if you have any conditions, bring that in now. It's only a little taste at the moment, but miracles happen in an instant, right? So let me see here where I can see, and I'll raise my voice a little bit. So the most important thing in qigong is what we call the Wuti stance, right? The illimitable, where we can connect with the quantum field, where there is infinite potential and nothingness. It's also known as nothing, the Tao. So it's because of this nothingness and everythingness, that one can actually tap into an infinite potential. And that is also what has been found by quantum physicists and healers, that it is that field that we will want to connect with. So, coming back to our stance, the illimitable, the Wuti, you want to place your feet in line with your shoulders. And so, and then gently relax your knees and take a deep breath in. Right, just very gently. Deep breath, expansive breath. The breath is what connects us to the soul, to the atmospheric chi when we were first born. At the same time, it is the ballast for bringing more chi, more energy into our bodies. I'm going to teach you now something that's very important for these times, for decontamination of the body and to bring in more life force. Right? It's called the infinity breath. So just try it out for a moment. You're sinking into the earth and you're tucking your pelvis in. Just feel your center between your toes and your heels. Just find that center, and then in the center between the feet, right? And there would be like a cross line. Just find that. It's called the bubbling brook. It's the center, the kidney point there. So just find the center and just lean back, right? And just find that stability. Okay, it's nice and easy. So now, if you will, you can begin to close your eyes and even follow with your eyes closed so you can be more attuned to the inner alchemy, the Nei Kong within. So breathing in gently, just natural breath, and just see where the breathing goes, where the breath takes you. And breathing in, we are breathing in 8 counts in, not in staccato, but very smoothly, 8 counts in. And as you count 8, you see the sacred symbology of 8, which is in the middle, staying in the middle, and balancing the polarities of life, the two sides, the Ida Pingala. So keep their center. And as you breathe out 8 counts. Breathing in your own time, because I'm out of sync with you, but in sync with thought, but not in the breath. So take your time. See if you can count to 8 and hold and out for 8. If you can do that, it's really likely that you don't have any kind of congestion in the lungs. And see how far you can go, 10 counts, 12 counts. So go in, 8 counts in and 8 counts out. And start to relax into the feet. Now take the breath into the feet and down into the center of the earth through the center. And as you go down into the center of the feet and into the bubbling brook, the kidney point, and let your light spiral down to the center and draw up from the center. Through the feet, through the legs, your ankles, your knees, your hips. And let it rest in this area, the Tantian, where you can collect the Qi, the Jing. Now breathe in 8 counts in, hold for 8 counts. Here in your navel area, the chalice, and release for 8 counts. And then just relax for 8. This is rather advanced, and if you can do it, all the better. So breathing in through the nostrils, the bronchial tubes, into the lungs, into the heart, the bloodstream, into the lymph, stomach, spleen, pancreas on the left, the liver, gallbladder on the right. And the blood is flushing through these organs as well as the light. You're breathing in sunlight, moonlight, starlight, planetary light. And it's all blending in the body. If it's too much or you can't imagine, just imagine the sunlight. And if it doesn't come and then you can see the light, that's quite all right. Whatever happens is natural and is perfect for this moment. So continue to breathe in into the navel, and now breathing in from the navel, this etheric umbilical cord into the kidneys. And take it down now into the bladder, the intestinal tract, out through the anus, out through the earth. Take another deep breath in from the nostrils, another deep breath in from the navel, and into the sexual organs. We are activating the creative energies of the universe. Breathing in, down into the coccyx, around from the sexual organs, the coccyx, up the spine. The cerebrospinal fluids is now pumping up. So up with the light to the coccyx, the sacrum, and weaving the light, the sacrum, up the spine to the top of the head. So of course we are moving up the chakras. Points from Muladhara, Manipura, to the Anahata, Vishuddhi, up to Sarasara. We go up, and then we turn it around into the brain, into the third eye, what we know as the upper Tantien. And from the Anya center, we go down again from the eyes, the Vishuddhi, and down to Anahata, and then to Muladhara, Manipura, down, down, up. We don't need to know the names. Just go down and follow the anatomy of the body. So just, yes, excellent. I can feel it on you. Now draw the energy in from the top of the head, from Shen, from spirit, through the many spheres of light, going to a point and straight down the body. You may place your hands on your navel or by the side. So at this point, you can also turn your hands, your palms towards each other, and feel what is between the hands. If you feel a sphere of light, it's called the Qi ball or the Qi sphere or the pearl. See if you can feel it, palpate it, bringing the palms closer and wider apart. And you can play with it, and with the mind, the E, expanding it. Don't try to force it, just allow the Qi to come through naturally. Beautiful. And if you can feel it already, you can always collect the Qi. It's called collecting. And bring it down from the top of the head into the third eye, into the throat center, throat chakra, heart chakra, and down into the navel. And then you can just save it there. So this is a very basic, and this is also called the Sao Gong. That's a closure. So when you practice this inner Qigong, make sure you close, right? And so at the same time, the endocrine glands are being activated as you send the light to the pineal pituitary gland, the thyroid, the thymus, the adrenal glands, and the sacral glands. So go ahead and breathe in and activate the endocrine glands, which are exuding the hormones. So you balance your emotions this way. Bringing in the pineal gland, pineal and pituitary, the thyroid, the thymus, behind the sternum, the thyroid in the throat area, the adrenal glands on top of the kidneys, down to the sacral glands. Good. And here you can stay actually a whole hour, if you will. This itself is the inner practice, the inner alchemy, Nico. Since we spoke about the fluids, let's see how this might look using this energy that's coursing through you now through the spine. It is a spinal form. So you might want to put your hands by the side and we can connect with the chi again and collect. This is a little bit advanced, but you can always practice this and you can take this to any movements of yoga. So you can just feel the energy, right? For those of you who are more sensitive, if not, please accept and love yourself exactly where you are. Right, so you can see that we are collecting the chi into all these energy centers, the subtle energies, the light body. Okay, so you can feel it. I can feel that as the auric field, it's expanding. So I'll turn aside, you just stay, and just to show how it might look. So do that a little bit more so you can see. There we go. Feet on the ground, knees very gently bent, and tucking in the pelvis to the neutral. At some point, we have exercises that hyper activate the hips this way, but for now, we will keep it neutral. The actual style of the Qigong is like this. So we're possibly not all that flexible, all of us, but if you can, please go ahead. So we want to do this, expanding and contracting. So the spine is moving from the coccyx, the sacrum, the lumbar, the thoracic spine, and the cervical spine. And we can continue with some movement. Slow down if you can. Yes, slow down. So obviously you're watching right now and emulating it. But you can always close your eyes and go back. So take your time and you can slow down. This is how it looks. Slowed down, almost to nothing. No movement. The movement is within. The chi moves. And you can move it to any part of the body where you need, let's say, some healing. The shoulder, the knees, the back. So let's do that. Let's draw in this energy to these various places. Okay, I understand there is a time frame, so we will start to collect the chi again as you extend your arms out. Collect the chi around you. It's a cocoon of light, creating that cocoon of light there and bringing that energy down. And following that breath, and anytime you can practice the infinity breath or going back to natural. And placing the hands palm over palm and left hand over right, traditionally for women, and right over left for men, but let it just land wherever it's most natural. So remember to stay stable and grounded in your Wuti stance. And be in stillness, focusing on the breath down the center to the earth, and opening up to the center of the earth through the feet and through the top of the head, and sending the light letters around. Okay, so we take another deep breath and collect the chi around and create a protective shield. It's called the Wai Ching, and especially at this time, actually is protective. And straight down the center with your hands together in a prayer gesture into the heart. And there you can, if you like, press against the sternum and activate the chi there, or just gently place it there. Here we give our prayer of thanksgiving, sending love out, receiving love as we breathe in, a new matrix of light coming through, and releasing the old. Wonderful. And have smile into the heart, smile into the lips, into the eyes, offering gratitude, offering love, joy, peace, offering ourselves onto this realm that needs it. And know that it is real, as we know our intention and our practice changes in the field. So staying quiet for a while, smiling into the heart, the lips and the eyes, sending love to all those who need this love and this healing into the quantum field, to our friends and family, to the planet Earth, surrounding the planet Earth, and to all the countries that you are drawn to travel to all the people. That we take this earth through an evolution, as we go through this evolution ourselves, and raise the frequency, raise the vibration of the earth to love, the highest frequency of the planet and of spirit. So smiling again, coming back, we open our eyes, open eye meditation. Namaste. And what we can do from here is then just give yourself a little massage to ground. So you can tap if you like, sternum, the clavicle, the temple, down the arms, cross. There are also many different ways. So just however you feel to come back into your body, go down the legs and up again, right? And into the kidneys. This feels so good. So then again, many different forms of Qigong. Find your own. The most important is to connect with your own soul energy, your own Qi. And you can always take this practice into your yoga practice. We are one.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Wow, we are one, and it was beautiful and gentle and healing. We appreciate you. Thank you very much for sharing your soul, and thank you very much for sharing your energy.
My pleasure. Truly,
And
my privilege. Thank you for letting me serve.
wow, absolutely. And we look forward to hosting you in live events as well, as soon as this craziness of the world, or I shall say the transformation of the world, gets back stabilized. And when we are able to hug each other heart to heart, we look forward to hosting you at one of the live events.
That would be wonderful. I hug you now through all to the ethers.
That is, yes.
Yay.
We can feel it. Wow, we can feel the love. That is beautiful.
Feel the love, indeed.
Thank you. And Dr. Lee, before you leave, how can our viewers reach out to you? Like, I do know that you are on many platforms and you do your best to serve as much as you can. Also, you have a device with the vibration of it. People can balance their own energies. Can you, I mean, I don't want to say anything much further. Can you tell us a little bit about that too?
Oh, yeah, a lot, because I work with scientists. I work with, if you want to chat, work with a lot of scientists and people who have created. Interestingly enough, I left it here to We didn't plan this. We didn't plan to
Wow.
talk about it.
Yes.
But it's called the Earthing Card, and it's made by Nature's Frequencies. Amazing. It's also calibrated to the new radiation frequencies, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Say it. So, and I actually wear it, you know, when I go out. But there are many frequencies that are now created. Meaning the frequency products. I really like this one and the people. So if
Mhm.
anyone is interested to connect with me, please, you know, and many other things. By the way, what I'm wearing here is negative ions. This chemistry,
Oh, wow.
as
That's
well as my
beautiful.
my
Let us see.
yeah, it's negative ions, so it releases negative ions all the time. So I don't take any chances. Sometimes I
That's
have here as well these little stickers. It's nitric oxide stickers, which is really
wow.
important. We are recommending this for a lot of our elderly friends because they just need to
Mm-hmm.
see it and the frequency works. And this is so amazing. There are no ingredients, just frequency, right? So that's who we are.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I endorse these products as a healer
Mm-hmm.
and a
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah.
Amazing. Even my clients, because you know that when we teach, people take some time to really understand it and to
Yeah.
practice this every day. So a lot of my clients are using these products and having amazing shifts in their energy field. So once that energy field shift, you know that the physicality can, because that's the nature, that's the
Mhm.
principle of holistic medicine, of energy medicine, is that we start from the thoughts,
Yeah.
our feelings, and then we can start to work with the endocrine glands, and then it goes into the muscular system and our joints and so on. So we can become more fluid and more flexible in the world, be more
That is
stable. So
absolutely.
anyone is happy. I'll be very happy to chat with anyone. You know, just give me a call. I think you're welcome to offer my WhatsApp. That's actually how I
Mm-hmm.
communicate a lot. Our Facebook also. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I may not have given you all the information, but do you want me to type it?
Later on, if
You're
you
welcome.
can WhatsApp me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a note to our Yogaman Facebook page, so people, whoever watches your session, they can just click there and then go to you.
Oh,
I think
wonderful.
that would be the best way to do that. Yeah. So we make it easy for them to reach you and these beautiful energies. And I think it is vital at the moment, just like you said, because we've been through a very, very tough shift. And this
Yeah.
was, it wasn't like I do my best to take my part as a healer on the world too, but it's not like healers and the ones who need healing, all of us, just like you said, we were on the same boat, we've gone through our things. And whatever and however we can support our energies, I think will be the best at the moment, and we need it.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And oh, I have so much advice for people going through different physical as well as
Mm.
emotional issues. So people are welcome to connect. You know, it's just too much to say here, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, anytime I'm available. Yes, that's what I'm making myself available for people uh,
Wonderful.
to discuss. And there are quite a few platforms that I can be in to inform as much as possible. This is the time, isn't it, Yelis? Yeah.
It is exactly, this is the time to rise up and also help others to rise up as well. So
Yes, yes. Well, this is the prophesize. We know this is the time coming, and it's amazing to be incarnated at this time, to serve on this level, on this in this frequency, you know, in this dimension, the way that
very true.
yeah.
Very true. This afternoon with my dad, we went by the ocean to see the sunset. And I was looking around and I was thinking to myself, the evolution is going to take itself even if we are here or not. But the beauty of it is the things that we choose to see, like it's not a coincidence that we all are gathering now, and we're here for a reason. So we choose this time to be here to share something. So I
Yes.
agree with you.
Yes, yes. I mean, this is the times of the shift, and we have reincarnated so many times. Civilizations have come and gone, and
Yep.
we are here, and we're just going through the eye of the needle, through the center of the
Yes.
storm. And, well, and it will happen the way it's meant to happen anyway. It's all part of evolution. And
Yeah.
most important thing is that I feel is our initiation of our soul, the individual soul, and then the collective soul. That is key right now. And then all of us have to be prepared to return anytime as well, because that
Yep.
is the cycle of life here when staying in the center.
Absolutely. And I don't think it is a coincidence that you and I, we got connected tonight, which is the new year, and almost still the energies of the new moon.
Yeah.
Our Jewish friends call it Rosh Hashanah, the
Yes.
beginning of the year.
Yes, I'm
So,
aware of that, definitely. All my friends and who are celebrating this. I'm celebrating with them as well. And unfortunately, I can't go and share them with them all the beautiful food that I remember.
we
I'm a
we tend.
foodie, right? So I'm a culinary consultant too. So I love to explore our Earth's connections to food, but that's another story
Yes.
too. You know, it's
Absolutely.
cocooning. I'm cooking. I'm cooking.
That's good. That's beautiful. And
Cooking up.
pomegranate. I don't know if I said it right in English, but they eat a lot of pomegranate, like the fruit which has the little red seeds in it. Do you know it? Pomegranate.
Pomegranate. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I eat
Somehow.
it a lot too. And then
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. So in Malaysia, do you guys also have it too? I know that in Middle East we have it a lot, but it's not all around the world.
No, no. Well, I yes, we have it also in Thailand, and it grows in some parts. It's not like a lot, but I remember being in Istanbul and drinking the pomegranate juice, and I still have in my pantry the the syrup that I bought, from Istanbul.
From Istanbul.
And I make a
Wow.
nice, I make a really nice, I have to tell you this. I make a really nice salad with this, with pineapple, cucumber, with a kind of beautiful ginger that we have here that's really special. And I have pomegranate seeds and made with pomegranate syrup. So
Wow. Nice.
it's like a
Nice.
combination of your culture and mine, a fusion.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. Exactly.
traditional. Yes. So I'll make it for you when we meet.
Whenever you're in Istanbul, I'm taking you out.
Oh
I
my
think
gosh, I love it.
yes. And
I
I
want to
think
go back.
we have grounded all our viewers with our talk, with the
Ah, we are
salad
still
and the
online.
pomegranate.
We are. So
Naturally.
yes, I love to cook, and I now cook for people who are not well. So I work with applied
Mm.
kinesiology, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
to define what suits people the most, because
Mm-hmm.
um, most of the illnesses is from inflammation. It's
Yes.
inflammatory conditions. So when we can reduce the food that is inflammatory to us, then our bodies are healthier. Like make gluten-free uh, pizzas and so on. So it's
Absolutely.
not to have any fixed idea of what something is good or bad, but
Mm.
whether it suits us at this moment in time. So I found it very, very powerful to use the system to help people decide what they should or should not eat.
Beautiful, beautiful. We
Yeah.
are delighted to host you tonight, and I'm gonna let you go. I do know it's quite late there, but I love your commitment. Again,
It's almost 2 in the morning, but it's perfectly fine.
you look amazing. Seriously, like I'm sure a lot of our viewers are saying, like, we want to look like her, and we want to be up and awake at 2
Wait,
a.m.
we
just
better,
like
we
she
better
does.
boogie a little bit, huh?
Amazing energy. A lot of life is coming out of you. So thank you again. We look
I
forward to
thank
seeing you
you.
again.
I thank you, and happy cocooning, everybody. Happy cocooning.
Thank you.
I
Bye
look
bye.
forward to hearing from everyone. Really, I love that. So please do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Bye
Thank
bye. Take care.
Blessings.
Blessings.